Hey, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to manipulate like a boss. Now I know what you're thinking. Buddy, why would you want to manipulate people? But hear me out. Sometimes it's necessary to get what you want in life. Whether it's getting a promotion at work, convincing your friends to go to a certain restaurant, or even getting your crush to go on a date with you, manipulation can be a powerful tool when used correctly. So, let's get started. The first thing you need to know about manipulation is that it's all about psychology. You need to understand how people think and what motivates them. Once you have that knowledge, you can use it to your advantage. The second thing you need to know is that confidence is key. If you're not confident in yourself, people will be able to see right through you. So, before you start manipulating anyone, make sure you're feeling good about yourself. Now, let's talk about some specific techniques you can use to manipulate people. The first technique is called mirroring. This is where you mimic the other person's body language and speech patterns. By doing this, you can create a sense of rapport and make the other person feel more comfortable around you. The second technique is called anchoring. This is where you associate a certain emotion or feeling with a specific action or object. For example, if you want someone to feel happy when they see you, you could wear a bright yellow shirt every time you meet them. Eventually, they'll start to associate the color yellow with happiness and feel happy whenever they see you. The third technique is called scarcity. This is where you create a sense of urgency or scarcity around something to make people want it more. For example, if you're trying to sell a product, you could say that there are only a few left in stock, which will make people feel like they need to buy it before it's gone. The fourth technique is called social proof. This is where you use other people's opinions or actions to influence someone. For example, if you're trying to convince someone to try a new restaurant, you could say that all of your friends love it and that it's always packed. The fifth technique is called the foot in the door technique. This is where you make a small request first and then follow it up with a larger request. By doing this, you can increase the chances of the other person agreeing to the larger request. The sixth technique is called the door in the face technique. This is where you make a large request first and then follow it up with a smaller request. By doing this, you can make the smaller request seem more reasonable in comparison. The seventh technique is called the bait and switch technique. This is where you advertise a product or service at a low price and then switch it out for a more expensive option once the customer is interested. This can be an effective way to get people to spend more money than they originally intended. The eighth technique is called the authority principle. This is where you use the influence of an authority figure to persuade people. For example, if a celebrity endorses a product, people are more likely to buy it. The ninth technique is called the social proof principle. This is where you use the opinions or actions of others to influence people. For example, if you're trying to convince someone to try a new restaurant, you could say that all of your friends love it and that it's always packed. The 10th technique is called the reciprocity principle. This is where you do something nice for someone and then ask for something in return. People are more likely to agree to a request if they feel like they owe you something. The 11th technique is called the scarcity principle. This is where you create a sense of urgency or scarcity around a product or service to make people want it more. For example, you could say that there are only a few items left in stock, which will make people feel like they need to buy it before it's gone. Now, these are just a few examples of manipulation techniques, but there are many more out there. The key is to use them ethically and responsibly. You don't want to hurt anyone or do anything that goes against your values. So, that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something new about manipulation and how to use it like a boss. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.